God, after almost a full day of rain, got a nice blue sky behind. That wind is crazy. Anyway, hello my lovelies, and welcome to Allotment of the Dead. So I've just had a good tidy up inside the Aubergine House, soon to be called Jalapeno House, and I'm going to basically set out the folding tables down in there, just so that I've now got another growing space so I can put seedlings and things like that. So it's about time of the year. It's about that time of the year to start planting things like the sweet peas and things like that. So we'll hopefully try and get some of those potted up and in here, ready to be basically planted out in early spring. Again, I'm just hoping it doesn't get too cold and that the growth in here, especially because it's quite warm, will in effect not let them grow out of control before I get them in the ground. Last year was a bit of hit and miss. I managed to get quite a few of them that were okay, and there was some that unfortunately that kind of cold weather seemed to hit them quite hard. I don't know why. They usually last quite well. Right, let's just show you kind of these folding tables. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so we've got a couple of contraptions against the wall there, and these, I kind of was watching Steve at Greenside Up in his polytunnels, and he'd done something similar in there. So I thought, okay, I'll give that a go in here, which is basically what I ended up doing. So these are really, really simple to make. So if you've got space that you can actually put a table inside, I don't know, your greenhouse or something like that, that you can maybe fold away, you end up with basically something like that. So it's a nice little fold away space. So I know a lot of people have actually turned that into a solid space, solid area. I generally don't, because when this is folded up against the side, I still want that kind of sunlight to come in, albeit it's a little bit shaded there with where the kind of grapes are the other side and things like that. But so what I end up doing is putting a really big tray on there. So these kind of trays you can get from all sorts of garden centres and things like that. So you end up with a nice tray on there. I do need to kind of move away some of the bark chippings and things from the base, so that it sits a little bit further down, so there's less of a slant. That being said, that slant will enable you to have a bit of kind of water runoff and things like that. But these are quite stable. They've been quite stable for a long time, and this extra growing space that this gives you has always been really, really good. So I've got another one there as well. They're just kind of hinged legs, and then there's hinges that hold it against the side of the growing space here. So yeah, that's where I'll be putting my little sweet pea seedlings and things on shortly. I'll leave that out like that, and then as time goes on, we'll put some more bits and pieces in here. Okay, so there's still plenty you can grow at this time of year. Mustards and chards, and you can even plant some more brassicas at this point, get them in the ground, and hopefully, you know, early spring you should get some produce from those as well. But I'll be planting, as like I said, my sweet peas are going to go in here in little pots, and I'm also going to plant the mustards and things like that. I'm going to start those off again. I did plant some earlier in the season and they didn't really come to much, but we'll give it another go. And I'll use the growing space in the polytunnels, and in here there's still a bit more space in here. Still got some more chard maybe I can put in here even now that I've actually got ready to go out. So yeah, we'll put some more bits and pieces around. Generally things, when you've got these tables out there, if you're going to plant underneath them, you're probably going to want to plant things that aren't going to need a massive amount of light, because you are going to get some shading from the the trays that you put on the top and things. So things like lettuce and stuff like that will still do all right. Lettuce grows quite well in the shade, and also it grows quite well indoors, at least in this weather. As it's starting to get a bit colder, they do prefer cooler kind of weather. And yeah, it's not overly cool in your polytunnels and your buildings and things that you make, but I think it's what, 20 degrees at the moment in here, so yeah, it's not too bad. So we'll get some bits and pieces in here started. I might even start my onion seeds for the giant onion challenge that Pete Trenelth is doing. I'll leave a link to his channel. He's basically decided that he's going to try and get a few people together, so there's a few people cross country, all buying the same seeds. So the seeds that you need to get are called Alsae, ALSAE, I think it's called. Again, I'll put that on the screen, and you get that from Foster's Seeds. That being said, I've got about 60 seeds that I bought, so if any of you guys want to try this challenge, and you can't basically get anything from Foster's, send me an email. I'll be able to send you a few, because I'm probably only going to plant 20 myself, so I've got 60. So if I send, I don't know, 4 lots of 10 to people if they want to have a go at this, then that's fine. But yeah, let me know. Send me an email. I'll let people know, hopefully in one of the videos, as soon as I've run out. But there we go. But yeah, if you've ever been to Malvern, the giant vegetable show up there, it's always in the autumn show. The onions are absolutely enormous. So they, the show onions, they're the kind of onions that you'll be kind of growing for size, for weight, and they are things that you can eat still. So the giant onions that you grow, you can still eat them. And I mean, you chop them up and stick them in your freezer, they'll last you forever. Especially looking at some of the size of some of these things. But yeah, I'm going to give it a go. It's not something I'm ever really good at, is growing onions. It's not something I generally do any time. I did grow a few spring onions, and there's spring onions in the ground now, and they're doing all right. But kind of the normal onions that you get, I don't even buy sets. So the onions are relatively cheap. I get them from the supermarket, and they do all right. But I'm going to give it a go this year. So it's like I say, Alsae. I'll put a link to the actual web page if I can. I might not be allowed, but I'll try and put one in my description, so you'll be able to go straight to the website. And the other thing potentially you can grow, there's another type of onion called Kelsey, which again is another really large onion that people can grow. So I know there's a few people across the pond that are having a go at growing these giant onions. So Ali at Rusty Garden, all the best to you. I was going to say, you're going to beat me, because I'm absolutely rubbish at onions, always have been. But yeah, we'll give it a go. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, so that's kind of what the idea we've got in mind for this space. So there's quite a few bits and pieces to grow, and there's a few bits and pieces we'll have a go at. So till the next video, all the best, guys. Take care. Bye bye.